Harper. We talked about Rebecca. Let's hear some more from those Huskers, Elena and Holly.
Welcome back.
Thanks so much,
We're
Rick.
now be
So
joined by the
excited
University of
about to be
Nebraska
joined by
women's
Rebecca Allen and
volleyball
Harper Murray
players
from
right
Nebraska
now.
Volleyball.
And let's see what their
Welcome to
names
Big
are
Ten
this
Network
time.
Studios.
Is
It's gonna be so much
Rebecca
fun.
Ellick
I
and
know you guys
Harper
have
Murray.
a lot of fun today.
I know Harper
Harper,
Murray a
the
lot, and
TikTok
she's one of my favorite
station.
players on that.
Danny and Eddie,
And of
we
course,
haven't gone yet. Oh, not yet. No,
let's
not yet.
listen to what those two women's volleyball
Okay,
players have
awesome.
to
What is
say
some of the
about
best
this
parts
now.
of today? What have you guys
Well, the
done?
legendary John Cook
would
used to be
say
the women's
just
volleyball
seeing
players.
all the
I'm saying,
social
he used to be the
media and
women's
how that
volleyball head
stuff
coach
works,
like
'cause I
he
know
used
we
to.
see it behind the scenes a little bit, but seeing all the TikToks and seeing the Instagram, and we've been able to answer some fun questions too. It's just been really fun.
What
Yeah,
is a
and also
pool
just seeing
party?
the other teams, you know. I think I like to poke fun at rivalries, but at the end of the day, it's just people. And so I got to see Katie, the Penn State head coach, and give her a hug, and Indiana's head coach, and like,
What you want to come
to me,
over?
it just feels like one big get together.
Rebecca, you've really learned to use your voice as an athlete. What makes that so important to you?
Don't just take classes, take charge. Start your comeback.
You know,
Today at Purdue Global.
We want a little
but I
pool
think
party
it's
with it.
important on how we interact in the community and the other people that we interact with. I think, you know, we all have souls and we got to take care of each other. And so, yeah, I think it's important that I'm looking after my life after all of this.
There's been some really exciting changes in your program in this offseason. We just heard from your new head coach, Danny. How has that transition been so far, having her in the gym and, you know, not having John Cook there anymore, but entering this new era of Husker volleyball?
Yeah, like you guys said, we have a bunch of new people coming in, a lot of freshmen, 2 transfers, 1 international, so it's been a lot about team bonding and culture.
That's
John
Harper
was really big
Murray.
on our
She's
team culture
my
and was
favorite
super
number one
adamant on
player
having a strong culture and building relationships,
for
and
the
that's something we
University of
always take pride in.
Nebraska
So
women's
with
volleyball
having a new
players.
head coach at a program like Nebraska, we've had to focus on the relationships and things behind the scenes. So spring and summer was for that, but now in a few days, we get to focus on the volleyball now.
What kind of energy does Danny bring into your program?
Gosh, just creative energy. I mean, have you guys ever seen like the Google, like the work environment in Google? It's like, it's very liberative. Like, I just feel like, I don't know, it's not your typical cubicle. It allows for new space. I mean, we had Andy on a D-ball, you know, and it blew up the internet.
Yeah.
I just feel like the kind of energy she brings in the gym is, if this works, let's try it out. If it doesn't, let's try something else. It's very experimental and hands-on.
And I think we're going to see a new serve from you this year?
Potentially. Danny's letting me try it out a little bit.
What
I'll
did you
whip it out here and there.
And I'm
See
really
this
looking forward to
is?
seeing that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've talked about there's some key players from your
August-
program that have now graduated and moved on. How have your roles evolved in the team heading into your senior season, your junior season, with some new pieces on the team and some key pieces that have left?
Yeah.
I feel like me and Becca have talked about it a lot. Merritt and Lexi were 2 great leaders for our program, and we were all able to learn a lot from them. So I think with a new coach, with a lot of new players, we're all trying to find a way that we can incorporate Lexi and Merritt in our ways of leading. It's going to be different no matter who you are, but I know we all took a lot away from them and what they taught us. So I think we're all trying to figure out our own special way and unique way to lead and do it for what's best for the team, because we have so many new people and it's going to be really crucial for us this year. But I think it's been going really well. We have a lot of different people with big voices, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think I've definitely had to step into a softer role. It's kind of hard for me, you know, in a competitive environment. I'm just very much like full bore, and so it's definitely been a lot of conversations on like, okay, how can I cater to this person in this moment? Very much on the quote of, yes, you can go fast alone, but you'll go farther together. And just getting out of my comfort zone and how I like to lead, because again, like every team, you know, every season, John always talked about it, it's going to be entirely different. You know, even just having 2 people join or 2 people leave can completely change the dynamic. And so, yeah, I definitely had my leadership skills challenged, and it's been a growing process. Yeah.
The last 2 years, you guys had special seasons, so much talent that fell short in the national semifinals. How much does that motivate you every day, and what can you do in the gym to prepare for that?
I would argue that it haunts me. Yeah, it hurts, man. It burns. Like this is
Who
my
had
life
it?
the last 4 years.
I had it. It
Before
was
that,
really
so
nice, and I think we should.
Nebraska volleyball, in my opinion, is a very different program.
Who was
I mean,
having
we,
it?
We play for an entire community. You know, we play for the farmers in the Panhandle.
Yeah, because you
and
didn't
even big
invite
city folks
me.
in Lincoln. So,
Well, what
yeah,
do you want to
put
do?
on
Do
for
you
us,
want
and
to reach
every
out to
time.
them, or
It's
you
most
don't? If you
important
say you
that we live
are,
up to it. I think Jim said that very well in one of our 2
Yes.
meetings. Like, let's live up to the hype. You know, kind of tired of talking
Well,
about
we
let's just get
had
to the
it.
Final Four,
Matter
let's
of
win the national
fact-
championship. So we've had to change the way we even talk about the future. So, yeah, it keeps me up at night. But,
but
in a
who
way.
is going to
Pretty well
reach
said. I
out to
think
me about who
it's all
will
about creating
be?
your own story. Penn State was able to do it last year, Texas the year before, so I think we can go into this year writing our own and figuring out a way for it to have us in the end.
Excellent.
Harper, you've been
You
really
shouldn't
open about your
have
journey at
invited, but
Nebraska,
now-
just from freshman year to now, and refinding
How
that
do
joy
you
on the
do all
volleyball
that if
court.
you don't know what
How
to
have you
say?
grown since that freshman season, and how do you enjoy being able to share
I
that
don't
with
even
your fans
know.
and supporters?
Yeah, I like to give a lot of that credit to Merritt and Lexi and some of the other girls on the
I
team
didn't
who were there at the
even
time.
know.
But I think the
Gerald
biggest thing
didn't
I've
know.
taken away the
I
past
didn't
2 years
know
is how crucial relationships are. And we say
You
it all the
always
time,
yell,
but our
"Surround
culture is
in the
built on
blaze."
unconditional love, and that's exactly what our program does
that's what
inside
you
and out.
wanted to
So
let all of us
I've been
know
able
what's
to grow
coming.
so much as a person and a player because of the people that I've surrounded myself with. So relationships are just what's most important to me right now, because you get to a point where you realize there's more to life than
I've
volleyball,
asked you.
and of course that's going to be a shiny goal for you at the end, but there's more to it,
Why
and
do
there's
you
more
wanna
things you're
talk
going
to
to
me
remember when you're done
unless-
with it. So I really just try and lean in on the relationships with the people around me.
Don't tell me saying
Harper,
that
it
you
seems
got
like you're really
business.
building your brand, very authentic on
So that
TikTok. I
means-
follow. But
Well-
how important is it to share your story and
Yeah.
just share a part of you personally?
I'm lucky that I have the platform to do it, because if
Please.
I weren't at a school like Nebraska, I wouldn't have the platform.
Please
So
do.
I try
I
to
have
take
a couple
advantage of
things
it,
I
and I'm very
wanna
grateful that I
ask
have
you.
that platform, because not many people do. And I've been able to build it, and a lot of different aspects have played into that. And Nebraska is the main one, because if I didn't have the fan base in Nebraska and the
If
fan
you
base
get
back
hired-
in Michigan, I wouldn't have it. So I think the more
What do you wanna
opportunities
say?
that come across me, that's just going to help me continue to grow it and use my voice for good.
If
And
that's the
Rebecca, you
case,
have used
I'll
your
be more
voice for
happier
different charities.
because then
Can you
Sarah will
explain some
be-
of those?
Yeah, so I've worked with a couple.
You're gonna tell me some
The one I'm
terrible
most
news.
active with is I've Got a Name, and it's an anti-sex trafficking organization specifically focused
We
on
have
city,
2 more
Lincoln, and
teams that's
surrounding
coming
areas.
up right after this.
Yeah,
It will
my mother
be
raised me
fighting
to defend
Illinois
those
like
that cannot defend
Illinois,
themselves,
and then
so I'm
lastly
doing what I can.
will be
I
is
think
Penn
the overall
State
battle
Navy
against sex
Lions.
Trafficking is really hard to talk about, and that's where the Predators thrive. And so bringing such things to light has given me life. And yeah, I feel like it's also given me purpose. I am very protective of the women in my life, and I want nothing more than for them to feel safe, and especially the young girls in my community. So that's one of them, and the other one is the Nebraska Canine No Kill Rescue Network. Kind of a different speed, but I fostered a little white dog for about the month, I think it was through June, and ended up getting adopted into a family, a really loving family. Yeah, so just finding little ways to give back. I'm really big on, yes, Nebraska volleyball is incredibly important, but the people that make us relevant are just everyday people. And so it really is the least that I can do is look out for them. Because if they all decide to get a new hobby, we're nobodies. So, yeah, just loving back on the people who love us. Yeah.
You just kind of touched on it, but volleyball in Nebraska is something really, really special. I mean, we've seen that over the years. What does it mean to you guys, since you made that decision when you were in high school to come put on that Nebraska jersey? What does it mean to you to suit up and represent that culture and tradition at Nebraska?
The sport has grown so much over the past few years. I was just asked recently if I went to volleyball camps growing up, and my answer was no. I went to one volleyball camp every year, and it was at the University of Michigan, but I didn't have players like Jordan Larson and Lexi and Merritt and Justine to look up to when I was younger. And as I've gotten older, I was able to find them. But I think it's an honor that we have the ability to give back to so many little girls, and we work camps throughout the whole summer, and we might get tired, it might get draining, but at the end of the day, we're a part of it. We're a part of something bigger than ourselves, and that's kind of what we have to revert back to and be just super grateful, because we have the best fans in the world, and I stand by that. We have great fans and a great team and fan culture.
Yeah, just to tag off of that, it's a suit of honor. I feel like John is actually a really big part of that. He was even big about what we post on social media. The thing about the Nebraska team is like that legacy carries on with you forever. I had a call with Brooke Delano, I think it was a year ago, and she talks about, she's still cognizant of what she posts online because it falls back on the program. And so it can be a big responsibility, but it's just a higher calling. And so, yeah, I meant what I said in an interview a while ago, like when you sign with Nebraska, you sign with the whole state. So it can feel like a lot, but that's what's nice is with this year we have 17 girls that you get to lean on, and they understand, so you're not in it alone. And on top of that, you have alum, and on top we have an alum as our head coach, and so we have a whole network of people that understands the pressure, and it makes it more bearable, yeah.
I think you did a camp yesterday or a clinic. Did you coach?
Out of system, no.
Oh, yes, yeah.
How was it?
Awesome. It was so fun. So I did it with John, the Purdue assistant coach, and Chris was there, a couple of the Illinois girls, Ava from Penn State. It was such a blast. We did the worm with Chris. He showed us how to do the worm. I mean, the volleyball community is alive and well. I mean, people are still agile, even in, so it's been fun. I love working with Out of System. I think their brand is all about, like, out of the ordinary, right? It's not your typical camp, and this, like, it's very competitive. Honestly, I would argue a lot like how Danny likes to run things. Like, you get after it, short bursts, you take a break, and then you're after it again. And so, yeah, it was very fun.
How is it having a strong female role model as your head coach?
She doesn't know this, but like we've talked about it a lot. It's a complete shift going from having a male coach at Nebraska for the past 25 years, and I feel like it's a new era for Nebraska, and we're trying to find a theme for our team this year, and we want to try and relate it back to having a new era and being strong women, but we haven't been able to pinpoint it yet. But I mean, it's been awesome, and I think it's going to be a really good change for us. Like I said earlier, it's a time to write a new story, and Danny's the biggest part of that story.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's power in being a woman, and I think she carries it very well. I mean, she just had her second baby, and she's back in the gym, and she has not missed a beat. And so there's definitely been a shift from having a head male coach, and now a woman. And I loved it. Honestly, it feels like having my mom in the gym. My mom is one of the strongest women I know, and to meet someone like that and to know that she's looking after all of us means a lot.
Rebecca, you've talked about some of your passions off the volleyball court a little bit. Harper, I'd love to just hear a little bit about what you like to do. Obviously, your brand is big.
Thank you.
Your TikTok, I follow too. What else do you like to do outside of the volleyball court?
I mean, I said it earlier, but I've had so many cool opportunities to go to places. I was just at the WNBA All-Star Game. I was able to go to the Super Bowl. So I love traveling. That's, baseline. I love to travel, but I love being able to travel and meet new people. I'm a very, very social person, but I've just been lucky that I've been able to travel and do so much this summer because it's helped me build my brand, but it's also helped me network and meet so many different people. So I love traveling. I love meeting new people and hang out with my team.
You guys know your upcoming schedule. Anything you're looking forward to? Any specific matchups or?
Yeah.
I'm really excited for our first game of the season against Pitt. Olivia is one of my closest friends, so I'm just excited to play her because we always play them later in the year. So I'm just excited to see her. Our moms are staying together, and we're going to have a fun weekend. So I'm just excited to see her, and I love playing against my friends because people, on the outside don't realize that, we're friends and we know each other, and we don't all just hate each other all the time and want to lose and beat each other. But I love her, and I can't wait to see her. So I'm just excited, and it's a fun way to kick off the season with a good competition.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Iron sharpens iron. I actually did a camp last year with Sarah Franklin, and it was just fun to poke fun at our rivalry. I think, like Harper was talking about, a lot of us are actually really good friends, and after college, we always joke about the rivalry, like, oh, I can't believe we hate each other and all of this. But yeah, we have a lot of successful, passionate, and competitive women, and so yeah, it gets a little feisty, but it's all love.
Well, Harper, Rebecca, thank you so much for joining us.
And that
Good
was
luck this
from-
season.
Thank you.
Harper, Mary, and
Back to you, Rick.